In this lesson, we will work through adding a new dental plan design. This will give us a chance to really understand the components that make up a dental plan and see how we work with them just like we would medical plans. Notice now that we're in the dashboard, we're ready to start entering our current dental plan designs. So just like medical, I'm going to click the plus sign and go to the wizard. And just like medical, we can either select from plans that are stored at a library, or we can add a new plan on the fly. Let's go ahead and add a new dental plan. That'll give us a chance to talk through the components that make up the dental plan. First, we need a name. I will call this the Ameritas 50, 100, 80, 70, 50. So the idea is the naming structure represents a deductible, preventive, basic, major, coinsurance. Next is going to be to choose a carrier. We want Ameritas. And once we enter in the carrier, we're now able to enter the benefit information under the two tabs, benefit tiers and coinsurance. So benefit tiers operate just like a medical plan design. That's going to be the annual deductible per person. In our case, we're going to do a 3-tier deductible, meaning there are up to 3 deductibles per family. So we're going to go 50, 100, and 150. Next is our annual max benefit for person. So we're going to call this a $1,000 annual max benefit. And then we can define dependent eligibility. And in this case, we'll say dependents are eligible for coverage up to age 26. Next is going to be coinsurance. Here is where we're going to define the major categories of coinsurance. In our case, preventive is covered at 100%, basic is going to be covered at 70%, and major is going to be covered at 50%. Notice underneath orthodontia, it's optional. In our case, we're going to activate it, and orthodontia is going to be covered at 50%. The lifetime maximum is $2,000, and age limit is up to age 19 for orthodontia coverage. What's remaining now is being able to take each of these covered services on the right and assign them to a category. Now, this is not intended to be an all-inclusive list of every possible covered service. These are the services identified by our clients as being services that we need to be able to compare how they're covered from one plan to the next. So for all of these services, we're going to use the drop-down and either assign them to preventive, basic, or major. Let's go through. Exams we're going to assign to preventive. Cleanings preventive, x-rays preventive, fluoride preventive. In this case, we'll put sealants at basic, space maintainers at basic. Now we're moving into fillings. Basic, we're going to go dental repair is basic. Now stainless crowns major, porcelain crowns major, bridges. Dentures. Denture repair we'll put at basic. Implants at major. Inlays, onlays, major. Simple extraction, basic. Complex extraction, major. Oral surgery, major. Anesthesia, basic. Endo, major. Perio, major. Perio maintenance, basic. All right, so now we've assigned all of those to a category. Here's where we could put in any additional notes. So just like medical plans, we can enter in specific notes if there is something about this plan that we're going to want to be able to reference. All right, now that we've got all of that information complete, I'm going to click Create. Next step is going to be premiums. So here's where we're going to enter in premiums. Notice the only option is composite. So we do not support age-banded premiums for dental like we do with medical. It is intended strictly for composite premium use. I'm going to choose composite premiums, and you'll notice that one of the options we get is the rate guarantee. So that was identified as something we want to compare from one plan to the other. So let's just say that in this plan design we get a 12-month rate guarantee, and then we're going to put in some sample premiums. So let's put single in, maybe single at 80, employee spouse 160, employee children 150, and family at 230. All right, when we apply those premiums, just like medical, the last step is going to be to get our enrollment counts. So we're going to put in 29, 7, 3, and 8. And when we're done, we've got our first plan design in our current plan group. So just like medical, we can label that. Maybe we want to define that this is the Ameritas 50, 100, 70, 50. So we can still name our plan groups. So the dashboard operates just like it does in medical. And now if we take a look at the individual plan design, we've got that enrollment count and premium information. And we also have our premium share. So just like medical, we're going to be able to use those same premium share strategies with dental. So let's go in and just assume a 70% across the board contribution. We can still access the other types of contribution strategies, but we're going to work with a level 70%. When we're done, just like in medical, we're able to identify what that employee monthly cost is for the coverage. Singles are paying 24, families are paying 69. Underneath now, instead of the coverage diagram, we're listing out those services. So you'll notice that we've got our preventive, basic, and major, our 100, 70, and 50% coinsurance. And underneath, we identify those services that we applied to each one of those categories. So that's how we arrange that information from the drop-down when we're actually looking here in the dashboard. And orthodontia is identified along with the dependent age limit. All right, so now we've created our first dental plan. And since this is the only plan being offered, we're going to be able to go ahead and click Finished.